Hello ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's 20 to 5 on Monday, sorry about that. So we're just going to get started on our Monday Pilates class. I hope you're all feeling well and I hope you have been, well, it's a little bit cooler today. I met Nicola from the Monday and Thursday morning class when I was on my walk this morning with my mommy. And I met Dee and Ian from the Monday evening and Wednesday evening class. So it was lovely. We stood in a big circle and we had a little chat for about 5 minutes. And we talked about different things regarding class and, you know, how some people maybe are a little bit unmotivated because you haven't got your same routine as you had before. So I understand that completely, folks. It's very difficult in different circumstances to be able to still keep going with your routine and have the same, you know, enjoyment with it because it's different circumstances. Some people look forward to getting their gear on, going out to class on their certain evenings or mornings for class. So don't worry about that. That's all part and parcel of the situation we're in. So we're going to get started anyway. So shoulders nice and relaxed. I think I said so quite a few times there. And as always, remember your safety points, folks. A bit like the coronavirus and the safety things, your safety points with me and your Pilates is exactly the same. Those things never really change. Think of your posture, think of your form. Don't continue your movements just because you feel you should. Because once you lose your posture and your form, your Pilates really is no longer Pilates. It has become something then that is, you know, difficult for you to maintain, and that's not very comfortable, and it doesn't do your body a lot of good either. So rest down when you need to and come back in again if you wish. Do less repetitions if necessary. Make sure your back doesn't do any of your work, so no forcing your back down into the floor. Remember, always engaging the core if necessary, from the front of the pubic bone internally upwards towards the waist, okay? Not shoving your spine down into the mat unnecessarily. It's not very comfortable, it's not very good for your lower back especially. So I think that's all. Again, to those of you who maybe don't work out with me or have never been to me personally, do be careful. Think about any personal issues or aches and pains that you have. Always listen to your own body first and foremost, and please do listen to your safety points and your teaching points. And for everybody, ladies and gentlemen, especially those of you again who may be newer to doing class with me, don't stop whenever I'm teaching you class. So if we're in the middle of movements and we've started them, you continue if you can, rest down if you need to, but don't stop, because as you know, my style of teaching is constant. There's always something that comes into my head that I want to tell you about your posture and form as you go through your movements. So if you were to stop every time I pointed out a safety or a teaching point, you would just be lying on the floor all day. Okay, so feet nice and wide, knees are soft. We're taking the feet a little bit wider because we're going to drop down on a nice in-breath. Shoulders are relaxed, opening the chest, head nice and tall and in the center of your shoulder line, and big breath in through the nose. Exhale down. Remember, folks, with me, the importance of your breath. Inhale in and exhale down. So you're breathing in preparation for your movement, you're exhaling. Nothing difficult about the breath, folks, just that your brain now has been asked to think about it, that's all. Inhale, exhale one more time, big breath in, big breath out, and relax. Now we're just going to slowly soften the knees, and then just lift the right heel, the left heel. Try not to do this, okay? Right heel up, left heel up. Body weight stays in the center. 4 to go. And press right into the tips of the toes, rolling up onto the balls of the feet. Last 2. Remember, my counting's a little bit skew-whiffy. Walk the heels and the toes in a little bit until your feet are just below your hip line and into a heel raise. Exhale, lift. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale. just starting to feel that stretch right up the back of the Achilles tendon, of the heel up into the calf muscle. And try not to fall forward like that. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Breathe out, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, shoulders relaxed. Now think about your ankles. Try and not let them rotate out, over-exaggerated so you can see what I mean. And try not to let them roll in. Nice straight line from that big toe, right up the front of your foot, up towards your knee, up towards your thighs. 2 to go. Head tall to the ceiling. Not rolling forward and back into the balls of the feet, just lifting. 2 to go. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Now, let's hold the height and just drop each heel. Again, try not to do this kind of thing. Strong. Keep the height and lower the heel without plonking all the way down into your feet. Or for want of a better teaching point, don't be a plonker. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now all the way up. All the way down. Try and think of the tips of your toes just tightening in towards the mat. Supporting you to the floor. Core is in mind. Gentle lift on the out breath. Although remember, ladies and gentlemen, the connection of your out breath switches on your pelvic floor muscles. If you think about it, breathe out. You can actually feel that. So you don't have to be pulling that up and down like that, folks. That's practically impossible to be able to do that. Exhale. Breathe in, down. 2 to go. Exhale. If you run out of breath between your movements, ladies and gentlemen, just breathe in and out again. Feet nice and wide. We're going to soften the knees, push the bum back a little bit. We're going to hold the knees above the ankles. Nice arm extension. And breathe it back. Other side. Again, what are we thinking about? We're thinking about lifting the rib away from the hip. We're not thinking about shoving our arm so far up by the side of our head it's stuck in our ear. Shoulders down, exhale, lengthening the arm, lengthening the trunk of the body, breathing. Exhale, and we're not going to push the hip out like that. Breathe out. We're going to use the muscles in the trunk of the body to stretch and lengthen. Exhale. Now let's do that a little bit faster. Breathe out and in and over. And exhale. Breathe in. Keep that arm close to your ear. Shoulders relaxed. 3 to go. Don't let your hand flop over the side of your face. 2, 1. Why would you tell me to do that? Well, because if you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, when you raise your arm up like that and you drop it down like that, you've loosened your arm, and a little bit of your extension and lengthening on those muscles is sort of lost. Toes turned out 45-degree angle. I want you to extend your arms, level, shoulders down. Big in-breath, and just sweep the fingers of your right hand all the way up and over towards the left toe. Now don't force down, and think about your back arm. Did you just let it hang over your bum? Breathe in, lift, shoulders down, reset your posture. Exhale. Breathe in, lift. Exhale. Remember, if you run out of breath, just breathe in and out again. Chin to chest, eyes on your thighs, breathe in. Or your eyes could be closed. Exhale. Anybody with any issues in the lower back at this present moment in time, if your back's a little bit sore, if your thighs are a little bit tight in the hamstrings, you could soften your knees, or don't push forward too far. Exhale, right to left. Now remember, your left arm is just nicely extended above the left shoulder, chin to chest, breathe in, lift. Exhale. Same with the right arm. Don't let it fall back. Don't twist the wrist. Breathe in, left. 4 more. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Feeling that nice stretch up the back of the leg. But remember, if your hamstrings are tight, that's the muscles from the back of the knees up towards the bum continue. You can soften your knees a little bit. Take a little bit of the pull out of the legs. And then you can just work on that. 1 more time each side. Exhale, down. Breathe in, lift. We tuck the chin in towards the chest, keeping the neck aligned with the spine because the spine is rolling forward. We don't want to hold our head out like that. Breathe in, lift. Lovely. Arms out wide. Walk the heels and the feet until they're hip distance. Exhale down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. And again, what we don't want to do is shove the hip right and left because we want to lengthen the muscles in the trunk of the body. Breathe out. Soft knees. Inhale. Exhale. Shoulders relaxed. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale back. Exhale. And down the other side. And lovely and relaxed. A nice shoulder roll. So I was talking to Dee and Ian, and they were talking to me about YouTube. My son had mentioned YouTube to me also, simply because some of you had difficulty, some of you weren't on WhatsApp, some of you weren't on anything really, which is fine. I wasn't on WhatsApp myself until all of this happened. So apparently YouTube is a much easier way. It means my son doesn't have to sort of download or put the thing up the file or whatever you call it on the link. Continue your circles. But I don't know. You know me, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm just me. I'm just one of you. Yes, teaching for well over 23, 24, 25 years. Have always taught Pilates, body conditioning, salsa fusion, everything. Okay, stickler for safety, as you well know, stickler for safety points. But I am just me. And I have taught my classes to you, even at this period of time with my little camera, just being me. So squeeze the shoulder blades back in together. 3 to go. But if I decide to go through the YouTube side of things, I shall let you know. And apparently it will be easier for you to get the videos. And we'll just have to see how it goes. Okay? So nice big deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze, inhale. Last one. Squeeze the shoulder blades back in together. Remember, the arms, we're not doing it with the arms, we're doing it with the shoulders. And relax. Lift the shoulders, throw them away. Oh, lovely. Lift the shoulders, throw them away. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, down. 2 to go. Inhale. Exhale, one more. Lovely. Now into our forward bend. Nice breath in. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Ribs down in the midsection, which basically means you don't just flop out like that and hyperextend the back. So slight lift on the tummy. Gently down as you go. Nice and relaxed. Don't be forcing your hands towards the floor. Don't shove them towards the floor. And with me, ladies and gentlemen, do not be putting your hands on your thighs or your legs. Now build your spine back up. Keep your chin in. Don't want to see your face until your shoulders are right back over the top of your hips. Okay? Now watch it if you're not sure. Breathe in. Lift the abdominals gently. Exhale, flow forward. Arms are loose. Think of a bean bag and how the balls, I was going to say, the beans inside the bean bag continue. When you squeeze them, just move around. So just think of your body like that, loose. Now breathe in through your nose, arms are heavy to the floor, and just build your spine back up, one vertebra at a time. Shoulders fall away from your neck and look your heads up. Don't come down forward and then stick your chin out in front, because think about it. If your Pilates is about alignment of your spine, your neck, your body, where's the alignment of your chin stuck out looking towards me and your back is bent forward? You're impinging down on your neckline. Now breathe in, pull the belly button back a little bit if you need to support the back, soften the knees if you need to, and slowly bring the spine back up, shoulders away from the neck, and look up, head on top. Breathe. Now flow forward, exhale, lovely. Nice breath in, and breathe out as you slowly bring the spine back up, one vertebra at a time, shoulders relaxed, and head up top. You know, I'm not one for hands here, folks, you know what I mean, because what happens in an ideal world, as you well know, beautiful, the purpose of that is to come up here and the shoulders but it doesn't happen in real life when you look at somebody doing that. So what happens is you get somebody coming up and their shoulders are stuck up around their neck like that. No, shoulders are down. Okay? Now we're going to take ourselves gently to the floor. Hands and knees, if possible. Pillow or towel, which you should always have with the knee, ladies and gentlemen, and place your pillow or towel underneath your knees, underneath your hands if you need it there, or not anywhere if you don't need it. Okay, entirely up to yourself. Now remember, if possible, try and hold on the fingers so that your wrists aren't on the floor at all, because it's only natural that when we put the palm down, we're going to push into this part of our hand, and that's the hand and the area of the hand that makes you go, oh my God, my wrists, I can't do that. Okay, and then people start to think it's because they're a certain age and because they've got arthritis. It can be for many, many reasons. Just try not to push your weight into the heel of your hand. Remember, you're doing Pilates. Your core is your power source, okay? That's what holds you over the mat. Your hands just help you, so to speak. Now, we're going to breathe in through the nose. We're going to flex the foot on the right hand side. So that just means pulling the toes towards the ankles. The elbows are soft. The shoulders are away from the neck. Yes, they are. Now, breathe in. Slowly push that knee back. And breathe in, bring it down. Now, try not to press it back onto the floor again if you can help it. Left knee is directly below your hip. Regulars may continue. Those of you that need to watch it again may do so. Exhale, press. So you want the sole of your foot above the knee, looking at the ceiling, and breathe in down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Soft elbows, breathe out, lift. Again, we want to keep the hips nice and level, ladies and gentlemen, so continue. So when you push that knee back, you don't want the hip on the same side as the leg that's going up and down to be higher than your left hip, because that affects the lower part of your back and your lumbar spine, your sacrum, your sacroiliac joints. All of those are affected. So any of you that do have any weakness there, you want to try not to do those things. Keep the hips nice and level. Imagine a tray on the back of your hips. Breathe out, push. Inhale down. And you don't want your knee stuck away up here, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Exhale, press. Inhale back. If you think about what happens, continue if you can, rest if you need to. When you think of what happens when you push the knee back, you can feel the contraction in your glute muscle. My son always laughs when he has to put my classes up on the link, because the microphone picks up that. I do it in class all the time, but it's really loud. He kills himself. So when you push up here, you can feel the contraction here. If you do it with control, you cannot push that knee too far and still maintain good posture. Because in order to push that knee up, you've got to overuse the back. You've got to drop the belly downwards. You've got to move the upper body, and it doesn't feel comfortable because it's not good posture. Last three. Exhale. Inhale down. Breathe out, lift. Soft elbows, shoulders relaxed. And we're going to hold this one and pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Check the left knee. Is it still below the hip, or is it stuck underneath your bits and pieces? You don't want it in there. Now, I want you to hold the knee in line and extend. Breathe in, bend. Exhale. Just push that leg right out. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, while I get a tissue. A tissue. Make sure that your leg extends from your knee to your foot. And here, chickens. So what you don't want is what naturally happens is when people bring the heel in, the knee bends. Well, obviously it bends, but it shouldn't drop to the floor. So if you keep the length in the leg, heel to bum, extension. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. So try and bring your heel towards your bum without lowering your knee down towards the floor. It's easy to say that, but it's not so easy to do. We've got 4 to go. I sat outside in the back there. Out in the back, I think it was down the street somewhere, out in my back garden, but it was absolutely freezing. Get a very cold chill to the back here. Now we're going to hold this one. Now extend and bend. Now remember, hips nice and level if possible. Left knee directly below the left hip. Elbows are soft, shoulders are away from the neck. That heel comes towards the bum and extends. And 3, try not to lower the knee. 2, and 1, hold here, small pulse. 10, small, 7, keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sit back on your heels. Separate your knees. Now just bring your hands down, flat to the floor, chin to chest, forehead on the top arm, or either, and separate the knees. Again, just with me, it's a safety point that you're not pushing everything from your gullet or your abdominals diaphragmatically up into your neck and chest. And breathe in through your nose, and big out breath through an open mouth. Hands here. And always remember, you can modify any of those movements, ladies and gentlemen, by coming down onto your forearms. Make sure your elbows are directly below your shoulders, and your hands stay flat on the floor, so you don't fall into that habit of digging your elbow into your mat and then, digging your wrists into the floor. Nice precision through all your body, as much as is possible, okay? Now, nice in-breath, hands below the shoulders, and we're going to do dog peeing. Okay, many variations of the names for this. Fire hydrant is one, but I always think visually you can imagine a dog peeing by a lamppost. So exhale up. Sorry for those of you that may be easily offended. Exhale. Now remember, when you bring that knee in, don't bring it in alongside the other leg. You still keep your knees hip distance. Flat back, elbows soft. Exhale up, flexed foot, breathe in. Exhale. Now, if you feel the need to drop the leg onto the floor every time, you may do so. Continue if you can, rest if you need to. The thing about your posture and form is that if you keep placing that leg on the floor, you end up having the trouble of resetting every time you lift your leg, whereas it's easier to maintain your alignment if you're just moving the leg without bringing it all the way back down again, and then sorting yourself out, and then remembering again to set yourself. So 4 more. But again, that's only if it's comfortable for you. If not, then do what makes it comfortable for you. Big out breath. Now this is a strength movement, and I think your breath is extremely important, ladies and gentlemen, in a movement like this. Excuse me while I rub my nose. So hold at the side. You don't want to be able to lift that leg at the, at the loss of your posture. So the knee is in line with the side of the hip, the foot is in line with the knee, and we're just going to pulse for 8, 7, 6, focus on your breathing, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest down. Lovely, sit back a little bit. Chin to chest, bring your arms across the floor if you wish. And breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely. Now, we're going to sit here, knees and feet hip distance. We're just going to cross the elbows, and I want you to bring your hips to me. Now push your hips back. But as you push your hips back, don't bring your chest forward to me in order to do so, okay? So imagine I have a big rope attached to the front of your hips, okay? You're looking at me, and as I say to you, exhale, I pull your hips towards me, so your bum comes up off your feet. Now, you can go backwards, but go back with your shoulders a little bit, so you can feel that right down your quadriceps. Exhale, hips to me. Now, shoulders back first, and then just drop the bum as the bum just comes above the heels. Hips to me, exhale. So are you with me, ladies and gentlemen? What I mean is, what I don't want you to do is this. And then this. Okay? I want you to feel that movement in your thighs. So hips forward first. Shoulders back, drop the bum. Hips forward first and back. Now, obviously, if your knees don't allow for that, then what you could do is repeat an extra set of the leg movements, okay? Either pushing your leg back or lifting your leg to the side, because this is a leg movement, okay? But we're working the legs, the quadriceps, from the center of our core, okay? So you're moving from here, hips forward and back, okay? And rest down. Lovely. So hands and knees, we're going to do the left leg. So nice in-breath, we're going to flex the left foot, shoulders away from the neck, elbows slightly soft, hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips, and press that leg back. Now, I want you to think about this. When you push the leg back, don't lean your right hip outside the line of your knee, okay? So, you'll be on the right leg now as you look at this on the camera, but exhale back, and don't do this, okay? So you're swinging the hip over to the side like that, no good for the back. Exhale, press, inhale down. Remember, you just want the sole of your foot to look at the ceiling, and breathe in, release. Exhale, press, shoulders are relaxed, don't let your ribs drop towards the floor. Try and keep a sense of a lift from the front of your pubic bone up towards your belly button. And when I say that, I mean as if you're pulling your abdominals up this way, not shoving them upwards. You don't want to end up with your back bent like that. That's not correct. Exhale. 4 to go. Breathe out. Breathe in. Exhale 3. Inhale down. Exhale 2. Breathe in down. Hips level. Exhale 1. Inhale down. I'm going to push that leg back. Now extension and bend. Extension and bend. With as much control as you could lever. Lever. Now remember, you don't want to flick the leg out through the knee. You don't want the foot to go lower than your knee, otherwise you're drawing on your knee joint. You don't want to flick the heel to the bum. You want to be in complete control as you squeeze that leg in. You should actually be able to feel it up your adductor muscle, into your quadricep, and especially into the back of your bum. Okay? Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I think I've got cream stuck in my eyeball. Exhale, extend, breathe in. Think, when you extend that leg, does it push your body weight forward a little bit? You see, normally you wouldn't think about those things, but what happens is it does. Then what happens is we bend the elbows too much, we start to drop the head down here, the chin comes in, and is that Pilates? No, it's not. 2 to go. Exhale, extend. Last one. Now hold here and pulse that heel towards the ceiling for 10. 9. Keep the hips as level as possible. Remember, your right knee is below your right hip. Elbows slightly soft, shoulders away from the neck for 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it in and sit back. Arms are crossing on the mat, chin to chest and forehead down. Now relax the shoulders. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. And really concentrate on your ability to deep breathe. Nice big deep breath. Remember, your deep breathing is purely in between your movements and for your relaxation at the end, ladies and gentlemen. It's not, you're not trying to deep breathe like that. Impossible. Your belly would be out with your inhalation as the lungs are expanded. Very, very challenging to try and do work over the top of that. So just nice controlled breathing through your movements, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And then when we're stretching out, we can take our nice longer breaths then. So we're going to come back on all fours, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all right. Yes? Good. Now some might say, well, why does she not have her hands right down here and short in the midsection? As I'm sure some of you may know. So if I had my hands here, I could topple forward, which I don't want to do, okay? That's why they're a little bit further forward than just looking directly below. Now, flex the left foot, knees and feet are hip distance. We're going to check that our back is lengthened, our hips are level, knees, elbows slightly soft, and we're just going to gently dolpy out the left hand side. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Now continue if you can and listen. When you lift that leg, ladies and gentlemen, on your left hand side, although with me facing you, obviously it would look as if it's on the right, you don't want to lift your foot first, okay? Because if you lift your foot, look what happens. You twist your knee, and the position of your knee affects the alignment of your hip and your lower back, especially across your lumbar spine. So you've got to try and think about lifting the thigh to the ceiling, and oh wow, would you believe the foot is there with it? Now, for many of you, if your hips are not good for whatever reason, or they're just sore today, or you have problems with them anyway, you don't have to lift your leg to the side. You can just push it back behind you. See? Flat foot. Look. And bring it down. So exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Think, when you lift that left leg up to the side, you shouldn't feel as if you have to shove yourself over on the right hand side. Why? Because you're doing Pilates. Pilates is about your core, and it's about you being able to stabilize your body by thinking about your tummy muscles. So a sense of control on those tummies will allow you to lift that leg a little bit better and not do this. Okay? We'll do 4 more if you can. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Breathe out. Make sure to keep the space between your knees as you bring that leg back. Last 2. Exhale, up. Soft elbows. You'll find yourself trying to push down into your arms. Remember, if you lock out your elbows, that affects the position of your shoulders. I'm going to hold this one and pulse it. 10, 9, nice small controlled pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently bring it down. Lovely. And sit yourself right back. Chin to chest. Remember, you don't have to sit your bum on your feet if your knees are not good. You could bring your knees in below you and just go down and hold your bum high to the ceiling. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. Now we're going to lie down on our belly and we're going to do swimming. Not a favourite with anybody in the whole world, I don't think, but I always like to give everything a go. So, shoulders away from the neck, hips are level. Hope you can see me okay, yes? And feet are hip distance. Now, you can move your pillow or towel away. I want you to turn your palms in so that they're looking at each other. Now you can do your arms only, your legs only. Okay, you don't have to do everything together. So, arms would be exhale, breathe in. Now, don't do this. Again, you're not rolling from side to side. Why? Because you're doing Pilates. So you're thinking of your tummy muscles, your awareness of that, your sense of control over your body. Shoulders relaxed, and you're not shoving your hand just up for the sake of it. You're lengthening your arm, which is very different. So single arm, right side. You want a sense of a lift underneath your top rib. So you're leaning a little bit into the edge of your hands. Exhale, extend on the left. Breathe in, down. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Now that's hard work in its own right, ladies and gentlemen. That is challenging because for most of us it would be so much more easier to do this. But it wouldn't be right. We would be twisting into the lower back. Not good. So just extend. Breathe in, down. Breathe out. Remember, it's not about how high you get that arm up. It's about just pressing it out, controlling your posture, hips down tight to the floor. Now, just keep a sense of a lift underneath your bazookas or mammary glands. Right leg extension. Inhale, down. Left leg push. Or you could come down here. Exhale, extend the right leg. Inhale, down. Now try and keep both hips as close to the floor as possible. Exhale, because you don't want to twist into your lower back. Breathe out. Inhale, down. Exhale. Inhale. And most human beings, ladies and gentlemen, regardless, when you ask them to extend a leg, the first thing is they lift it up. Once they lift it up, the top hip has left the floor. What has that done to your lower back? So the most important thing is to keep the hips down to the floor. 4 to go. Breathe in, release. Exhale, right leg. Breathe in, down. Exhale, left leg, chin to chest, neck relaxed. Exhale, right leg out. Breathe in, down. Left leg, try and keep the length in the leg. See, I notice that even when I look at my right leg, it looks as if it's bent like that. But really, it's... Now, we're going to do both together if you can. Challenging, yes, we're in prone position and it is a strength movement. Do what you can. Rest as soon as you feel as if it's too much for you, don't continue on. Or just do arms or legs only, remember. You don't have to do them both together. So if you're doing arms only, one at a time if you wish, or both. Or legs, one at a time, or both. Okay, let's go. We're going to lift the chest slightly, extend the legs and alternate right, left, up, down. 10, keep the chin to chest, try and keep the chest slightly elevated. Breathe in, breathe out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. And oh yes, you hit me as usual. Hands underneath the shoulders, press up, sit back, and breathe in, come forward. Lovely, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to roll round onto our back. Pillow or towel underneath your head. Lovely. And gently down in a nice Pilates fashion. Knees and feet are hip distance and we reset our posture, as we should do between each set of movements. You can never assume that your posture and your muscles are all just nicely sitting there ready for you to go into your next set of movements. Chin to chest, shoulders relaxed, sliding the spine down the mat, roll across the hips just to make sure that the back is all leveled out as best as possible. Knees and feet hip distance, palms on the floor, nice breath in, and slowly bring the legs in towards you. Roll across the back of the hips, extend the legs. Now we're going to breathe in, drop the legs out. Now if you wish, you can hold your legs here, elbows on the floor, or you could hold them in the centre, or you can just focus on your tummy. Now crisscross. Now swimming, she lied, scissors. So you'll find in the real world, when people try and cross their legs, they bend their knees, okay? So that gives the upper thighs a little bit of work, but not much from the leg, from the knee to the foot. So again, make your movements smaller if possible. You could bend the legs and just bring them out like that to modify that movement a little bit for yourself if you want. Otherwise, legs up, nice breath in, exhale, inhale, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, inhale, exhale. Shoulders nice and relaxed, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that sense of lift on the tummy. Bum flat to the floor. Continue. 4 to go. Don't drop your legs out too far. And 3. And 2. And 1. And hug your knees in. Now what you don't want is those legs to start to drift down here, because that puts extreme pressure on your lower back. Not good. Now just turn your toes in and drop your knees out wide, and that gives you a nice stretch down the inside of the thigh. Lovely. Just roll across your bum, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that your lower back doesn't feel as if it's pulling itself up off the floor. Hips are nice and level. And breathe nice and deeply into your midsection. Hold at the top. Exhale out. Wow. Nice breath in through the nose. Breathe in for a count of 7. Let your belly rise to the ceiling. Hold your breath. Open your mouth. Exhale. 11, 10, 9. Keep pushing it out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Gently slide your legs down the mat. Now, we're just going to readdress the connection of our out breath to our core. So we're going to breathe in through the nose. Mouth closed, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Let the belly rise naturally to the ceiling as the lungs expand and push it up. Now exhale, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. Now some of you already will know that as you exhale, you can start to feel those muscles in your pelvic floor, transverse abdominis, core, all tightening. But if not, and you're new to Pilates, just keep breathing out, and you'll get a sensation of a pelvic tilt coming. So as if the lower part of your body is pulling up towards the top. That's your pelvic floor muscles. But you've just gone a little bit too deep into the exhalation, okay? So it's just that natural sense of control and the ability to keep the pelvis nice and flat. And gently relax. Lovely. Now feet. Just lift the bum, set it back down, make sure the lower back is nice and lengthened. Hands either side of the head, chin towards the chest. Now you know with me I like you to start a little bit raised so that you don't start yanking your head forward and back, okay? So when you've got your pillow or towel underneath your head, you may use it and it will help support you, so that's fine. But for the rest of you, we shimmy the shoulders so that your clothes are not pulling you back. Chin to chest, exhale, curl. Inhale back. And remember what you're doing is sliding your top rib closer to your hip. You're keeping your bum flat to the floor, breathe in back. Exhale, curl. What you're never doing, ladies and gentlemen, is yanking your head forward and back. What you're never doing is coming all the way up here. Of course we can, but we don't want to do that, okay? Exhale, lift. Inhale. So you want to feel as if the back of your shoulder blades are just gently moving forward towards your hips. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4 to go. Exhale. Always keep your eyes towards your thighs. Try never to lose sight of your legs. What happens is if you start to look at the ceiling, and in all essence, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. If you think of your spine from your neck, which obviously it goes up further than that, but if you think of your spine from your neck, you're now bringing your spine forward and back a little bit and forward. Head being the heaviest part of the body. So if you're going to leave your head sitting back there, continue regulars if you wish, and then ask the neck to come forward. Why do you think you have a sore neck? Why do you believe that you cannot and never have been able to do abdominal curls? That's why. That's why. Because part of your body's trying to come this way and you're plonking a big heavy brick on the top of it and asking it to curl forward while you've got the weight of your head there. No, just tilt your chin downwards, keep your eyes on your thighs, don't look up there, and breathe out. 4 to go. Exhale. Breathe in. Back of the hips stay flat to the floor. It's not about how high you come up. We leave that for somewhere else. Now pulse it. 10, 9, 8. And never go back and flare your rib cage up because that goes into your lower back. 4 to go. 3 to go. 2 to go. Last one. And relax. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Good work. Now take a little breather. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Now I want you to remove your pillow or towel from the back of your head. Now you see, for me personally, if I don't have anything between my knees, I feel the pressure from my upper body pushing down on my neck. However, it depends on your pillow. You don't want something really high here because it forces you in, but this is very flat and it just changes as I leave. Now, you can keep your knees and feet hip distance. The rest of you, feet out to the edges of your mat. Put them relatively close to your hips. Arms are relaxed. I want you just to lift your bum towards the ceiling and breathe in down. Exhale, lift the bum. Inhale down. So if that makes you feel pressurized around your chest or your neck for whatever reason, slide that out. Exhale. Inhale down. Okay? Breathe out, curl. You'll notice it with me even being on this pillow. My neck alignment is still fine. And it doesn't make me feel as if in here, which I am normally anyway. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Now, you may already feel that from the top of your groin on your inner thigh, down your adductor muscles towards the inside of your knees. You'll feel it in your glutes, outer thighs. Exhale, lift. Any of you that are a little bit stiff in the hips or uncomfortable in the knees, again, just bring your feet hip distance and just lift the bum and lower the bum. Remember, the rest of you have your feet to the outside edges. Just pull the wee muscle of my just above my waist there. So the rest of you have your feet out to the edges of your mat. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Now squeeze your buttocks as you lift, as if you're trying to stick the cheeks of your bum together. 6 to go. Exhale. Breathe in. And always remember, again, ladies and gentlemen, continue if you wish, rest if you need to. As you lift your bum, it's not about you shoving your hips up as tight as you can get them. It's about feeling your movement. So, little thought to your feet, flat to the mat. Breathe out, lift. You want a nice diagonal line between the side of your knee, the side of your hip and your shoulder. You don't want to be forcing your hips any higher than that, or it puts pressure on your back. And a little bit lower, those glutes don't contract just as well as they do when they're slightly higher, okay? But again, you come up to wherever it is comfortable for you. No competitive element. I'm not competing with you, you're not competing with me, you're learning about your own strengths and weaknesses. 4 to go. Inhale down, so a little bit of pressure with the knees against your pillow or towel. 2 to go, big out breath. Inhale, lower. Exhale, 1, we're going to hold this one. Feet flat to the floor, knees against the pillow. And we're going to squeeze and release the buttocks. Squeeze and release. So your hips only move because you contract and release the muscles in your bum, not because you're giving it all that. Okay, 8 to go. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Breathe in, breathe out. And 4. And squeeze and release 3. Squeeze and release 2. Squeeze and release 1. And rest down. Remove your pillow or towel from your knees and place it back underneath your head. And we'll just stretch ourselves out, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to flex the feet. Arms nice and long. Again, don't let your arms drag down to the floor, especially if it makes you feel as if your ribs are pointing forward. You can hold your arms just by the side of your ears. That way you get a nice extension on your arms, but you don't put pressure on your neck and shoulders. Failing that, you can take your arms out to the side, or you can take your arms right down on the mat by the side of your hips. Pull the toes back towards your ankles. Nice in-breath through your nose. And big out-breath through an open mouth. Point your toes as far away from your ankles as you can. Now, we imagine that when we do that, we've pointed our toes, okay? However, I want you to think of your big toe. And I want you to imagine that I'm asking you to stick it as close to the wall that is looking at your feet as possible. So that when you stretch that toe, you can feel it all the way down there, all the way up the front of your shin. You can feel that lengthening. And flex the feet, pull them all the way back towards your ankles. Point the toes away, pull them back. Point them away and pull them back. Now gently walk your buttocks in towards the crease of your bum until your feet just drop out to the side of your ankles. Close your eyes, chin to chest, neck nicely lengthened, and just slowly walk your shoulders in towards the midline of your spine, palms facing the ceiling, and just focus on nothing else except your breath. We breathe into the middle of our body for a count of 7 if possible. Just keep breathing in and in and in and in. Try and take your breath in one long in breath. Hold at the top. Open your mouth. Breathe out. Now don't breathe out through your mouth just with a big gap between your lips. Just as if you had a little pull of mint in between your lips and you're just breathing out through the polo mitt. Relax after your exhalation. And nice in-breath through your nose. Breathe in for 7. Breathe in 6. Keep breathing in until your midsection rises up towards the ceiling. Try not to take the breath into your throat or your chest. Nice in-breath through the nose. Hold. And let it go. Exhale out. Relax after your out breath. And again, ladies and gentlemen, nice breath in through the nose, deep and wide. If you're not used to deep breathing, it is a technique, so you have to learn it. And what happens is you inhale, hold at the top the rest of you. Now open your mouth and big out breath. What happens when you inhale is that if you're new to it, it feels quite unnatural and you start to get it. And then as soon as the middle of your body starts to do what it does naturally from deep breathing, you draw the breath back up into your upper chest and you've lost that. So nice in breath, deep and wide. Keep breathing in, and eventually as you breathe in, you will feel the middle of your body start to lift. Hold at the top and exhale. So all you're really doing is just taking more oxygen into your lungs than you normally do in your daily life. Be careful if you're not used to it, because it does make you feel a little bit lightheaded. Hold at the top and breathe out. It's always nice, a little challenge to yourself, to see how long you can breathe in for. Hold it, and then see how long you can exhale for. It doesn't matter if you can't breathe in for 7. If you can only breathe in for a count of 2, then just make sure that your out breath is always longer than your in breath. Nothing in your head, ladies and gentlemen, except the sound of your own breath. And just a natural awareness of your body on your mat. Each out breath, as always, just imagining breathing out tension, stress from your body. Feeling the body relax a little bit deeper every time on that exhalation as those muscles loosen and relax. Breathing in energy for the rest of your day or evening. Hold at the top and let it all go. And one more time. Nice big deep breath in through the nose. And nice out breath through an open mouth. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bend our knees. Now you can come up in your usual fashion, so you gently roll your knees towards me. Roll your shoulders to the same side and slowly push yourself up. Or knees come in, grab the legs and just rock and roll yourself to sit. Okay, we're going to come down onto this elbow and we're just going to bend that knee, and I want you to gently pull that knee back. I want you to hold, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what happened there. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more times, big in breath, big out breath. 1 more. I've obviously superseded WhatsApp's time limit on a video. Lovely. Elbows come in, flat hands in prayer position, make a straight line. Now shoulders away from the neck, knees above the ankles, and just feel that stretch up the inside of the legs. A little bit to the outer hip and thigh. Nice breath in. Chin to chest, neck aligned. Fingertips to the floor. Straight legs. Heels and toes in until they're just below your hips. And slowly roll up. 1 more time. Nice big deep breath in. And big out breath. Give yourselves a big clap. Well done, ladies and gentlemen, as always. I hope you enjoyed that. I can't believe it took so long. So look after yourselves and remember, wash your hands, keep your distance. What's the other one? Wash your hands, keep your distance, and only go out when you have to. Okay, miss you very much. Lots of love. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.